Okay, so here she is with the few mods that I've added. So the Alcantara seat, the tail pack, and the tank protector. So you've got your little bag here. I've got my disc lock and a carrier bag because I'm just off to the shops to test out the tail pack just to see what it's like. But looks like it's pretty decent storage in there. You've got a little strap on in there as well, and you've got the rain cover in this pocket, which you can just throw over the top, and it also extends if this is really full. So this is all quick release, and it's got tie down points for your, if you want to put a cargo net or something on top. My only concern really is that it might damage the paintwork, so I might get some heli tape and just put that over there just to protect the paintwork a little bit, because it is only plastic, and I imagine after a little while of rubbing that's going to wear through the paint. Here's the Alcantara seat. Now, first impression of the seat is it feels rock hard compared to the stock seat, but what I'm hoping is that actually that's better. I generally find harder seats better over time, whereas the stock one is quite squishy, and I feel that you end up just compressing it and feeling the kind of all the bits underneath. And of course here's the tank pad, just to, you know, help protect any scratches that you've got on your zip or anything. But I try to wear jackets that have like the covers over the zips. The only difficult part now is getting on. You have to kind of do a bit of a a little hop skip. I'm just going to nip to the shops. The warning light there is just for the service, the first service, that's all, so don't panic, Captain Mannering. The quick shifter seems to be behaving a little bit better today. Now, I've not changed anything. I don't know why it's acting differently today, but there we go. It is still a little bit of a delay, so I think I will ask Honda to look at it when I take it in for its first service. And going into the menu and changing the settings doesn't seem to do anything. Down is fine, it's just going up. But yeah, so the seat was 130 quid. Now, right now it feels pretty flipping hard, but as I said, I think over a longer journey that will really pay for itself. I'm hoping that's what I find, that actually the seat is a lot more comfortable. The stock seat, I kind of felt almost immediately that you compress the seat because it's quite soft padding, and then you feel like the underlying structure, the plastic and the edges of the bike, the frame and stuff, whereas I'm not feeling any of that on this seat. Now, as it's a brand new seat, it's going to have to bed in, but my body will beat it into submission, I'm sure. The tail pack, you know, it's seems pretty secure back there, he says, before it flies off into the distance. I think I will also be getting some side panniers, some soft panniers with some, you know, luggage stays. I haven't seen anyone that makes them yet. The tail pack I've got is a Honda one, like I said, it's about 100 quid. I think that's probably worth the money looking at it. It looks to be made pretty well. It's the same one as I had with the Hornet 750. It does have a waterproof cover as well. That's the only downside, is it's not waterproof as it is. But, you know, how long does it really take just to stop? And if you think you're going to be riding in the rain, just put the cover on at the start of your journey, right? Easy peasy. Lemon pancakes. Oh, it's nearly Shrove Tuesday. Can't bloomin' wait. But yeah, I'm just going to nip to Tesco, get some lunch and a few beers for this evening. I'm actually not drinking alcohol at the moment, so it'll be non-alcoholic beers. Hopefully they've got some Asahi. Asahi non-alcoholic beer just tastes like beer to me. It's fantastic. Because a lot of the non-alcoholic beers do taste a bit tomatoey. I can't. That's the only way. It's the only way I can explain it. A bit tomatoey, like green tomatoes. But yeah, I'm off the booze at the moment. Not for any particular reason other than I just want to lose a little bit of weight. Not that I drink a lot anyway. I will be doing a lot of other mods to the bike, so like I said, don't forget to subscribe. There'll be loads more. I want to have engine cases, some frame guards, fork protectors, the whole shebang. I have reached out to a few companies, so GB Racing, R&G, Puig as well, and I know Power Bronze do some stuff, but we'll see. I was kind of hoping that one of the brands would like to work with me in return for some installation videos, but we'll see. No replies as of yet. It might just be that they know that this bike is going to be super popular and people are going to buy the bits anyway. They don't really need to market the bits, but yeah, there it is. So there will be engine case protection, the kind of sticky out protectors, bungs or sliders, whatever you want to call them. I will also be getting some kind of screen, much like the one for the CB650R. Now that was a Puig screen, and I kind of like Puig. I think they're probably the best. Well, they seem to really work well for me. I'm not sponsored by them. I've never had anything free off them. I just think their stuff is good. I've always purchased their stuff with my own money. Power Bronze are also really good. Now they did send me some free stuff for my V-Strom. And the only downside with the Power Bronze stuff is the screen that they sent me doesn't have a deflector on top. And it is quite wide. I don't think it needs to be as wide as it is, but you know, we are all different shapes and sizes, so maybe it might suit someone else other than me. But yeah, so I've reached out to Puig. They do a whole load of stuff that hasn't yet released for the bike. Ooh, lovely Alpine doodad. Beautiful blue colour as well. Yeah, so I'm really hoping that some brand will want to work with me. But worst case scenario is I just buy it like everyone else. Well, you know, I'm not saying I don't deserve to be sent stuff, but it's always nice when a brand wants to work with me and collaborate. But I don't mind putting my hand in my pocket. And the other's giving a high five. Name that song, you get some respect if you know it. Yeah, so obviously there's an exhaust video going to be coming. I do have an exhaust on order. I've paid for it. I ordered it quite a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, it's on back order, so but I'm hoping to have it next week. Fingers crossed. We will see. The only downside of this seat is that my thigh keeps catching. Oh, false neutral. Yeah, so exhaust video coming. I think I've probably said that in every single video I've made about this bike, but I get so many questions about it. It is coming, it's just on back order, so there isn't too much I can do about that, unfortunately. I am considering testing a few different exhausts. Not sure if it's worth it. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see. I was thinking about doing an exhaust comparison, so the SC Project, which is about £800 and £900, an Acra system, which will be, I would say, in excess of £1,000 usually they are, and also a fuel, which I'm not going to say is cheap, because they're not cheap and they're not budget. I think they're pretty good, but if you've got a specific budget in mind, like £400 or £500, that could be a good option. So I have reached out to Fuel and we might do something with that. Oh, this bike is so lovely to ride, so smooth. It reminds me a lot of the CB650R with just the torque I always wanted from that bike. Oh, it's just lovely, lovely. Every time I ride this bike I'm just left smiling and grinning, which is such a good sign, isn't it? Because there was a bit of a worry that I've bought a bike, you know, I did buy it for content as well as ownership, but there was a worry because I hadn't ridden it that, you know, I might not like it as much as I thought I would. It's always a risk when you don't test something before buying. Got to remember I've got a tail pack, so don't stack it when you get off, Dan. So I do have to do a little bit of a and then drag my leg back over. I guess that's the only thing, you might dirty this up as well. Right, let's turn the beastie off. And my handy little tail pack with my little shopping bag, because recycling, yo. And also the little desky lock. I'm just chatting to myself, don't worry about me. People probably think I'm mental. Mental. So this is an Oxford Quartz XA5 screamy lock. So it makes a bit of a fuss if you move it. Let's go and get some bits. Righty-ho, so we've got our bits and bobs. Let's see how the little tail pack fares. I don't know what the actual capacity is, but I'll put it on screen. So we've got some beers, alcohol-free beers for the weekend. We've got a gym kitchen meal and some healthy snacks. Do you know, I haven't seen Rolos in years. And Smarties just because, God, look how small they are. Talk about shrinkflation. Give myself a complex, wouldn't I, with my big hands. And of course, Revels. And actually, do you know what I'll do? I'll put that in there in case it decides to leak everywhere. But yeah, look at that. Loads of room. You'd even have room for a pair of pants. Brilliant. It's a nifty little thing, actually. It's almost made for it. Yeah, this seat feels very, very hard. But like I said, I think that's going to be a good thing. Just before I cut the camera, when I parked up, there was this lady parked just there. And we started having a chat, and she said, oh, she used to ride bikes. She used to ride a Lambretta. Okay, it's a scooter, but it doesn't really matter. It's 2 wheels. And she said it had aerials and mirrors all over it. I love that about motorcycles. It's like the great equaliser. If you get a bunch of people on bikes, it doesn't really matter what your background is, what you do. You all feel like part of a club, you know? Right, so here we go. Actually, let's just look at these. These are all right, yes. I think they're okay. There we go. Look a bit silly. Right, start up the beast. Right, clear that. Just as I was walking back through the car park and I saw this beautiful machine from a distance, I was like, yes, that's my bike. And I was very, very... I think that's a good test, isn't it? If you look at your bike from afar and you go, oh yeah, you got the right bike. I'm very, very happy with this beastie. So I'm going to be riding the SP version of this quite soon. Well, in a few weeks. So it will be interesting to see if I feel that I wish I had those Brembos and that Ohlins rear shock. I don't really give a hoot about the extra 5 horsepower. That's not important to me. But maybe the brakes and the shock, I don't know. We'll see. I can't imagine they make that much of a difference. But I guess you never know. Oh, yes. What a great beastie she is. I don't know what I'm going to call her, actually. Does she need a name? And I say she. All my bikes are females, and if you don't like it, well, I don't know. Don't really care. The seat, very hard, but I think it will be better. I'll do some longer distance days and see how we feel. Tail pack, yeah, really practical. I like that it's a quick release. 100 quid, I think that's worth the money personally. Seat, we'll see. £130, we'll see if it's worth the money. I guess worst case scenario is if the seat isn't any good, I could either get this one reupholstered, send it off, or the stock one. Probably this one. Yeah, I could send it off and get like the gel inserts and stuff like that, but we'll see how we go. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate your time. If you do go out today, do ride safely, but remember to have fun, of course. And until next time, you take care. Peace.